One of the things we strive for when designing a natural-looking aquarium is to ensure that all materials used in the hardscape look like they came from the same area. It always feels more natural when the carpet matches the curtains. We also tend to use a medium to dark substrate, and this provides an environment where even juvenile fish can feel safe from overhead predators. Now, one of the things we learned through photography is that you never place your main feature in the center, but rather offset to one side or the other. And that's called the rule of thirds. As you can see, we've set our main feature piece to the right hand side, and that it only goes up to the 2/3 mark in terms of how high it reaches up. Following this guideline ensures that the design is aesthetically pleasing. To make your life simple, mark out the footprint of the aquarium on the ground using some tape. Start playing around with various bits of rock and wood that you collected for your hardscape. When selecting the pieces, make sure that you use some that are both big and small, and this ensures that the end product feels a lot more natural. Once you're happy, mark it up using a bit of chalk and take plenty of photos to make your transition from that area into the aquarium as easy as possible. Doing it this way saves a lot of frustration and lowers the risk of you damaging your aquarium. One of the things we've learned while diving is that a smaller fish is able to defend its territory or its cave against much larger individuals only if that cave is fully enclosed. And what that means is that there's no other entrance into the cave, so the fish is able to stick its pointy end out and protect it. Now what we use is a bit of foam to fill up the gaps between irregularly shaped rocks, then cover it with a bit of sand, make it nice and natural, and what you've created is a fully enclosed cave that smaller fish are able to defend. Now we found this approach works really well for cave dwelling species. Another technique that we use quite often in the no man's land area of an aquarium. So really this type of approach using a power shell, 2 stones, and making sure that that cave then's able to be defended. It's only got one entrance in, and it also doesn't take up too much space. It's important to consider the eventual species list of the aquarium that you're aquascaping. For this tank it has a lot of large open water haps, so we've wanted to create as much open space as possible. So rather than have a very cluttered rockwork tank, we've created this center rock piece that has multiple entrances and exits. And what this does is allows a fish that's been chased by a dominant one to shoot in there and then use a multitude of exits, kind of getting lost in the large amount of fish that we have in there. And this technique works out very well for us in all situations, always spreading that level of aggression over a larger population size. Plants and cichlids don't always go hand in hand, but with this technique we find great success. All the plants are individually potted. The benefits of this is that we can control the planting mix, we can move them around without disrupting their life too much, and we're able to ensure that the cichlids don't dig down to their root system. Now one of the techniques we use is we just put a piece of black foam around the lip of the actual pot, and this prevents it being exposed. So as time goes by, the cichlids search for food, water current moves the sand, it's still not really noticeable and extends the time between maintenance. Creating natural looking aquariums that are easy to maintain.